Stop believing the 10x developer hype. We've been sold a dream that AI is the ultimate force multiplier, that it turns every junior into a senior overnight. But there is a hidden cost that no one is talking about. To find the truth, we ran a controlled experiment. On one side, the most advanced LLM coding assistants. On the other, a senior engineer with a decade of experience in high-scale systems. The task: build a complex, production-ready feature from scratch. We didn't just check if the code asterisk ran asterisk. We audited it for bug density and architectural debt. The results were catastrophic. While the AI finished in minutes, it created a maintenance nightmare that would take weeks to fix. Today, we're exposing why AI is lying to you. We'll break down the exact patterns where LLMs fail, why working code isn't production code, and how to actually use tools like Cursor or Copilot without compromising your system's integrity. This isn't a war against AI. It's a lesson in the difference between writing code and engineering software. We've all been there. You prompt an LLM. It spits out 50 lines of perfect-looking TypeScript. You hit tab. It works. You feel like a 10x engineer. But here is the trap. AI doesn't understand your system. It predicts the next token. It's a sophisticated autocomplete, not an architect. Now, imagine this scaled across a codebase of 100,000 lines. You aren't building a product anymore. You're accumulating invisible debt. The AI solves the immediate ticket, but it creates 3 new edge cases you didn't even think to ask about. Senior engineers call this the illusion of velocity. You're moving fast, but you're driving toward a cliff. When the bug finally hits production at 3 a.m. on a Sunday, the AI isn't there to debug it. You are. And because you didn't actually architect the logic, you spend 4 hours reverse engineering a hallucination. We are trading long-term stability for a short-term dopamine hit of fast code. The industry is quietly shifting from writing code to babysitting AI mistakes. And the cost is catastrophic. So we decided to stop guessing. We put the best AI tools, Cursor, GitHub Copilot, and Tabnine, up against a decade of senior engineering experience. One feature, one set of requirements, one goal: production-ready code. Here is how the experiment went. We tasked both with building a complex payment reconciliation module. This isn't a to-do list app. This requires handling race conditions, idempotency, and strict data integrity. The AI won on speed. Hands down. In under 60 seconds, the AI spat out a fully functional-looking service. It had the types. It had the unit tests. It looked like a senior wrote it. But here is the trap. AI doesn't design. It predicts. While the AI was typing, the senior engineer wasn't even touching the keyboard. They spent the first hour mapping edge cases. They were thinking about what happens when the API times out mid-transaction. When we pushed both versions to a stress test environment, the results were catastrophic. The AI build collapsed. Why? Because it built a happy path masterpiece. It worked perfectly as long as everything went right. But the moment we introduced network latency and duplicate webhooks, it failed. It ignored race conditions. It forgot about database locks. It created what I call Frankencode. Frankencode is a patchwork of patterns. It looks correct at a glance, but the logic is disjointed. It's code that is easy to write, but impossible to maintain. This is where architectural debt becomes a crisis. Architectural debt isn't just a few messy functions. It's a fundamental flaw in how the system handles state. The senior's code was 40% longer. It took 10 times longer to write. But the bug density? Nearly zero. The AI optimized for the appearance of correctness. The senior optimized for the reality of production. If you are using tools like Copilot or Tabnine to move faster, you need to realize you aren't actually moving faster. You are just deferring the debugging phase. You're trading a few hours of critical thinking today for 3 weeks of firefighting in production tomorrow. That is the hidden cost of the 10x AI hype. We use tools like Cursor AI, GitHub Copilot, and Tabnine to generate features. Our results showed AI-generated features had 30% more architectural debt. Bug density was also higher, with an average of 5 critical bugs per feature. Don't believe the 10x hype AI coding assistants aren't ready for production. Try Cursor AI, GitHub Copilot, or Tabnine yourself and see the difference. Click the links below to get started and learn how to integrate these tools into your workflow.